walk as the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's Drafts, your new homegrown.
Hello dudes and dudettes, welcome to another episode of Dad's Drafts. And as you can see, Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy is here and we are going to do a sealed. Now, first of all, the sealed cards are very important. If you get good rares, that really helps, but it's not a must. Now, I'm going to talk you through the steps how I build the deck. I find it more easy to do it with real cards than digitally, but I hope you will tag along. And if you like what I do, feel free to click some buttons. And especially if you have any feedback from me, also please do let me know. Now let's see what we get. I do have to do some reading of the cards. I know the most of them, but I have not really looked into many of the rares. So this is not the best. I mean, we have two tap lands, which are probably not the best. And we have two black rares, which are the same, which means they're both, I mean, they are legendary. So I'm not sure if it's good to play both of these. But let's just see what the cards does. We have Van, Street Thief. It's a 3-mana 2/2. Whenever one or more Scout, Pirate and or Rogues you control deal combat to a player, exile the top card of your library, you may cast it. If you don't, create a treasure token. When you cast a spell you don't own, you put a +1 counter on each Scout, Pirate and Rogue. That seems as if it's not really for this set, because I don't think there's many Scout, Pirates and Rogues. So we get this Ultima Origin of Oblivion, which is a 4/4 for 5 flying. When Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all types and abilities and has tap for colorless. When you tap land for colorless, add an additional colorless. Okay, well that's also very mediocre. The Darkness Crystal, 4 mana for a legendary artifact. Black spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay, which is kind of unfortunate since we play sealed, because we won't get many black cards. 1/5 of the cards that we get from 6 packs are kind of black, maybe. So this is also probably not that good. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead, you gain 2 life. That's okay. You can sacrifice for 6. Put out a creature card, exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield, tapped under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters. Alright. An opponent. So you get an opponent's creature, or I guess. Okay, so I think it's going to be mostly from the commons and the uncommons. So I'm just going to filter out all the rares and mythic rares and see what we get with the commons and the uncommons. This one is pretty good. If you have more of these, we only have 1, so I think it's pretty mediocre. A 2/2 flash for 2 is already pretty good. When it enters, you may return another non-land permanent you control on the hand. Landfall. When a land you control enters, it got +1/+1, that +1/+0. That's actually pretty good. I think pretty much all the what is it, the birds, what they're called again, Final Fantasy Chocobos, I think this is Chocobo, have the same landfall thing, but I'm not too sure. Decent trick for 1 mana, I must admit. I'll just put that in because that's something that I might play. When it deals number to creature you control, plus the number of equipments. That's a pretty decent removal spell, I think. Ash, what do you do? When Ash attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them, put them into your hand, put the rest at the bottom. That's actually pretty strong for a 3-mana 3/2, so I like that. Rescue mission, choose one. You create 3 1/1s at sorcery speed for 4 mana, or tap up to 3 target creature, put a stun counter. That's a decent finisher, I think. Weapons Vendor is pretty good if you have the artifacts, but as you can see, we have very, very few white cards. And this is just destroy target tapped, non-land permanent. Okay, well, it's okay. White is okay, but not a lot of white cards. Stolen Uniform. 1 for 1 mana for an instant. Blue. Choose target creature. Of course, it's also commons. Wow, we don't have a lot of blue. Gain control of target equipment on an turn. Attach it to a chosen creature. When you lose control of that equipment this turn, if it's attached to a creature you control, unattach it. So you just steal an equipment for 1 turn, put it on something, swing, and then the opponent gets it back. Could be good. It's at instant speed, so I think this is a decent combat trick if your opponent actually has stuff. Now this one is actually pretty good, I think. A 1/3 is not amazing, but once you trigger this, you'll have a 2/3, and it cannot be blocked, especially with equipment stuff. I think that's pretty decent. Dragoon's Wyvern, it's amazing. 2 mana 1/4, as long as you control 7 or more lands, you get 3%. Decent body for defensive activities. 3 mana 2/2 human wizard. If you draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. So if you want to do the mill stuff, you can mill yourself if this is in play, but of course it's very situational. A flash for 3/3, tap enchant permanent, doesn't untap. That's pretty good, I think. 2 of these, 4 mana for sorcery, which triggers the Sahagin, of course, because it's 4 mana. Create 3/3 robot warrior artifact creature token. Then, if this spell was cast from a graveyard, put 2+1/+1 counters on that token. So, I think this is a good combination, simply because flashback will make this trigger more often. This is also a 4-drop, I think that's good. Side quest card collection. When it enters, draw 3 cards. You may then discard 2 cards at the beginning of your end step if 8 or more cards are in your graveyard. We have 2 of these, so I don't think it would actually be terrible for us to play this since we have some self-mill. Ice Flan is amazing. Simply, you know, you've got the cycling. Okay, so blue is looking pretty decent. I'll just get rid of all the blue. Maybe I should sort this with color, but let's see what black gives us. Battle at the bridge. 1 mana fatal push. Oh, that's a fatal push. Fatal push is actually pretty decent. Removal spell. Destroy target creature if it has mana 2 or less for 1 mana. It's always a trade up. And you can destroy that creature with mana value 4 or less if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn. That's pretty good. There's a Tonberry, 2/1, with during your turn it has first strike and death touch. That's actually pretty good. The stun counter is unfortunate, but after that you can go pretty aggressive. Job select, 2 mana for a +1, so it's a 2/1. And when you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's pretty decent if you can build around it. Resentful Revelation, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Okay. Okay, I think this is best in any sacrifice deck, of course. 3 mana 2/2 flying death. This one is actually very good. So, I would like to try something with this. Well, when you cast a non-creature spell, so black-blue might be something that we're going to do. When it enters, choose 1, destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Wow, that's actually pretty decent for a 3/2, so I don't mind that. This does a lot of stuff as well. Decent black removal. The Final Days, create 2, okay, so 4 mana, create 2 2/2s. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, instead create X number of X number creature cards in your graveyard. I think this is a very good card, actually. Return to a creature from... Okay, so if we get some self-mill, we could do some stuff. Hunt the Mark is a very good uncommon. Anima is also good, so black is looking very, very strong, actually. Now, we could look into red and green, and we will. But we do have 2 rare lands, so it's important to know that we could easily splash blue if you want, more easily than red. Coral Sword, flash, when it enters, attach to target creature ground, then that gains first strike. So it's combat, trick, and equipment. I think that's pretty good. 2/2 haste. When you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast, create a treasure token. So we want to focus on the non-creature stuff. I don't think we really care that much about landfall. Suplex is actually pretty decent. Okay, so we have 2 of these, so we could actually go pretty aggressively, and 2 Choco Comets. Okay, well, we could try the whole wizard and ping the opponent thing. Look at the top 3 cards for 1 mana. You remove an artifact, creature, or land card from among them. Put it into your hand, put the rest of the bottom. Grand Pulse Ochu. Not sure, 1/1 death touch, and at the end of the game you can make this pretty big. 3 Blitzball Shots, which is just a pretty decent trick if you have big stuff. Chocobo Kick is decent removal. Final Act is okay. Ride to Shipoof, I love the card. Wanderings, search your library for the basic land card or town card, put it onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle. That's actually very good for an instant. And we have something to reanimate. I don't think we have the other one. Might be the black one that we need. What's it called? Fang? Do we have Fang? No, we don't. Okay, so that's not going to happen. So it's still okay. I also put this in my my limited, what is it, the best commons and uncommons. even without the other one, this is a pretty decent card, simply because you mill 2 and then return a permanent card, not even creature card, from your graveyard. So I would play this if I could. Chocobo Racetrack, landfall, very good if you have some ramp. Blue-white, and I don't think we can play this, simply because white seemed very, very mediocre. We have some towns. You have an archfield that surveils, and you can blow something up, which is pretty decent. Instant ramen. Flash, okay. UFO, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, so that's good for landfall triggers at instant speed. Okay, so I think I get the idea. I don't think we want to go white. I do think we want to go black and red with wizards and combine it with blue. And then not care about green, because green did have decent removal. But not the kind that I really enjoy. And black, we did have some decent black removal. So let's just start building a deck here. I'm not sure if we're going to do this. It's I think better with the landfall stuff, but if we lack 2-drops I will play it. I'm going to slam that. Don't think I care about that. A removal spell is good. I will play 2 of these. And the rook turret. So this, when it enters, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards, so it can put some stuff in the graveyard. And it triggers with the 4 mana stuff. I will put Ice Flans in. And we want a lot of non-creature spells if we do stuff like this. Push it, just a fatal push, a good removal spell. So we want to try this wizard thing. Tonberry is okay. I'll just put it in, but it doesn't really do what we want. I want to play these cornered by black mages badly, because it's a non-creature spell. Non-creature spell with 4 mana, so that works for both of us. I'll put in these 2 as well. And we do have some self-mill, return target from grave to the battlefield. Do we have something huge we want to reanimate? I don't think so. So, and we want to put in red. Suplex is amazing. 2 Eldors is also very good. Non-creature spells, these are also non-creature spells. So let's put in the maximum of that. I don't think this will... Well, we can cycle this away. Yeah, I think we can do that. It's also a non-creature spell and we still get a creature from it. Do I care about mountain cycling? I do like Choco Comet, but it's more of a late game card, to be honest. So this is kind of what it looks like at this moment. Let me just quickly check the green card if there's not anything that I'm missing out on that we could do. So we're mostly playing red now because of the Elders and the Comet. Green would be easier for us to splash, especially with the Wanderings. But we don't really have to build around with the Elders. So let me just remove these quickly and check if green is an option. Could still play this, of course. Then we could play Chocobo Kick. At the end of turn, target creature play one engage when this creature dies. Put a percent on target creature. Okay, I think this can be good, but it's very situational. Yeah, I don't think we want to do the landfall thing. So what if we put in the removal stuff from blue, which is non-creature stuff. Right, the Shipoof can be pretty decent for the late game. We could try that. We are a bit lacking creatures. So we could put in the Sentinel, or I think it has to be a 2-drop actually. I hope you don't hear the annoying sound of someone who thought it was smart to, late in the evening, start doing some yard work. I'm just glad it's not waking my children up. Yeah, we do need one more 2-drop. I'm not sure. Maybe we should put in 1 card collection, because then we might do the awakened thing. I think it might have to be. No, I think we need a creature. So we'll play the Sentinel simply to be a big blocker. And now let's see if we can find the lands that we had, because I think we're going to need them. Oh, we still have this filter on. I don't think we have a rare, by the way, that we want to put in. I mean, we have these lands, which I think will help. This might help with fixing. Don't think I want to put in a colorless land. So, is anything of this actually good? It exiles the opponent's creatures. Six mana, put target creature card. So you have to kill something big of the opponent, then it will be useful. I think it's okay. Maybe it's better than one of the Espers. I'm not going to play 2. So I think this is going to be it. We have 17 lands. Let's try it. Now, if we actually manage to go well, I would be somewhat surprised, because we didn't get any of the good rares. And odds are that the opponents, of course, do. Well, this is not the best. We have a blocker. I don't think we can keep this. We have 2 unplayable cards, or actually 3. So I'll just mulligan. Okay, well, still pretty terrible. I'm going to get rid of this mage's thing, because, you know, we've got no way to play it. Would like to draw some black sources. This is pretty terrible, to be honest. Well, this is going well. 50% chance at the moment to draw a land. I don't think we can get back from this. Yeah. What do you do? Maybe... I was just hoping that green could fix our colors more easily. I think we have to play this, because then we can at least block his stuff. But it is far from ideal. If he has another removal spell, I think we're pretty much dead here. Equip for 2. Seems like he can do that. First strike, it must be blocked. Yeah, I think this is just good game. Yeah, never mind. Well... Okay, let's not give up. But it's just terrible. I mean, you don't want to use this on a token. And we have to keep chumping that. still need more black sources. I'm going to check how many swamps I have. We do have quite some double black, so he's not equipping it, which is good for us. Tucked up creature, okay. When this creature is targeted, the player loses the game. What? Okay, well, I think we have to kill that. What is that card? Of course, it's very good if your opponent, me, not has anything in play. It's totally whiffing. Yeah, just go for it. Now we have to keep jumping this. I'm not even sure how. Yeah, well, it seemed like he opened useful rares. We didn't really. Quivers one and has a knight and destroyed during your turn. Quivers has flying. Yeah, well, never mind. Let's see how many swamps I have. I should have more swamps than blue sources, but maybe it's just kind of messed up. That was atrocious. We already had to... Yeah, we do have a lot of black sources actually. Let's just cut one blue and get one more black in. I want to be able to double black at turn 3 or 4 or whatever. So we've got all the colors. Again, no 2-drops, unfortunately. I will keep this. This becomes one for each town you control. Okay, so you can turn it into a vehicle. That's a pretty decent draw there. Let's just hope we find a creature to put some counters on. That is a decent creature. And we will put some double counters, hopefully, at some point. And we can use it as a combat trick if you want. I just hope to top deck a land here. Okay, lifelinker. I'm going to try the final, what is it, the Wanderings thing, and put 2 counters on this, from this one and that one, to kill Aerith, if he attacks. Especially if he uses his mana before this. Because he can put a counter on this at instant speed, then it would trade. It would still not be the end of the world if he does that. Then his board will be empty. Let's just try it and see how it goes. I mean, it's all new to me. As I said before, he can sacrifice the food to make them trade. And then his board will be empty. He could also have some kind of removal spell, of course. No creature cards in the graveyard just yet. Okay. We could just double block. I think maybe that's the best thing to do. Or we could tap that one and prevent him from gaining life. Let's just do that now that he's tapped out. See if this wyvern can go the distance. I think the landfall thing will be very strong. Chocobo landfall stuff. I think it will be good. That's some interesting art. Well, opponent is putting in all the thinking. Do we care about that enough? I don't think we do. Let's just try and play this. I really hope you're not hearing the noise that the people are making. Oh, that's unfortunate. Kind of surprised that he does the crystal actually. I mean, this is killing him, but you know, maybe he has a plan. Now it is unfortunate, now we don't get the thing anymore from the destroy spell. Let's attack first. And let's just put a counter on his, what is it? Titus Blitzball Star. It's a lot of value for 6 mana, 5/4. So if we draw a land, we have lethal. We put a counter on something and we kill something, depending on what he does. But I'm not sure yet, of course. He might play multiple blockers. That is multiple blockers. Okay, well, we can still attack nicely. And we can double spell, which is also good. Let's just keep up the pressure. Don't really care about him attacking with Titus. We can kill that next turn. Now I'm just going to do the final days. Depending on what he has, of course. I don't know if there's a 1 mana white spell. But let's just grow this Sahagin. And we have 0 yet, so this is pretty useless. I think, of course, this is the best in green. Green-black, or maybe white-black with a lot of sacrifice stuff. But this cannot be blocked, so we deal 3 anyway. And if you play something big, we'll just do this. think this is a very good good card. I'm not a big fan of the art cards where what is it? It's just one picture and the text is very difficult to read. Please do let me know what you think of those, because, you know. Okay, there goes the final days. I mean, I'm not sure why. I didn't really care about it anyway. Okay, so if we do this, we get a free swing. We can attack with 2. I think it's the best. We just killed Titus. We attack with everything, and he has to make some unfortunate trades. He can double block the ice flan, but then he'll take 7. And then this rod might just finish him. Okay. Not sure what he has, but this is looking good. Land from the opponents. If he has a board wipe, I will be sad. Oh. That's just good game. We could also use this, right, the Shipoof. But this was fine. Pretty sure we had lethal anyway. Alright, 1-1. I'm very satisfied for a deck like ours. Let's keep it up. Big Granny. Well, I'm keeping this simply because we have the flan to find the island cycling, and of course the final days will help with it. I'm not sure what's best, to play this rod thing or to do the island cycling first. I guess we'll find out. Depending on what we draw. Okay, until end of turn, target creature against when this creature dies. So this is only good if you have multiple creatures, which we don't. I guess we'll just offer the trade here. I don't really care about it. If he wants to kill this with a spell, that's also fine. Well, he already got value from his. What's the stupid thing? Okay, so there's blue. What do you do? Equip creatures a wizard whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and whenever you draw a 3rd card each turn. Wow. It's pretty neat. So I guess we're doing the ice flan thing, and maybe blocking if he attacks something. Yep. He is going to put a lot of pressure on us. Which is unfortunate, but hey, it's how things go. We need to draw some kind of answers here. That crystal is just too slow. Let's just make 2 blockers. I think that's the best thing to do. Oh, they're tapped. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. We have to find some life gain. What do you do? Okay, well that is a decent draw. If one or more tokens will be created in your control, there's +1 green frog, sacrifice frog, +1. Okay, that's interesting. So we cannot play the ice flan. This costs 3. I think the turret is the best thing, simply because it's a better blocker. And let's hope to maybe stabilize the board now. But it will be very difficult. It is interesting what they're doing with the job select and then the frog creator. Next turn, of course, ice flan. And if stuff dies at some point, we can of course create a lot of things. But I think this is going to be the biggest problem, okay? So, do we go for the mark or for the ice flan? We cannot do both. Let's just attack with the turret first, since it has flying. Now he could have a counter spell, but that would not be the end of the world, because we still have acceptable blockers, and if this dies, it will make the final days better. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to be pinged to death unless we find something against this Black Rage mod. What is it, Rod? We should equip ours before we do more stuff, but I don't think it will be the thing that wins us the game. Maybe if we put it on the Rook turrets and keep up the final act. Okay, seems like okay, that's unfortunate. Man, that thing. I can already feel that it's going to be pretty good to play something with wizards and casting non-creature spells. I am going to need the mana, I think, because we are going to keep the turret behind. I want to keep up the final act. Killing the 5/5 is, I think, the best thing to do here. And we'll get a treasure. Now, I don't think we can attack here. Maybe with the horror. No. Oh, that's a good combination. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this stupid crystal, because I'm probably going to take it out as well. Okay. At the beginning of your combat turn, put on equal to Jehovah's. Yeah, I was saying Jehovah's. Jehovah's power onto a target creature. That creature becomes a mutant. When a mutant you control dies during your turn, draw a card equal to its power. Wow. That's good stuff. So he's going to draw a lot of cards. Which is unfortunate for us. That's actually a very good trick. We have a 6/6 flyer now. We're going to make him sacrifice one of these. Really hope to have more removal spells here. We can do both. But I don't think this is worth it just yet. Up to one other target creature. Yeah, so he doesn't have another target creature anymore. I would like to decline. Wow, decline. English. Well, if we kill one more of his things, we get the dragon. I think he'll put it on the 1/1. Don't kill my side quest, please. I have big plans for the side quest. Oh, Sadness overload. Yeah, the flyer is going to be a problem here. It's cost 6. It's cost 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, for a second there I was quite hopeful, but the moment he killed our rook turret, it all went downhill pretty fast. And this thing of just, what is it, drawing a lot of cards. He's got the rares. Whenever creature an opponent control dies, put a flip on account of Vincent Valentine equal to the creature power. That's sick. You may transform it. Trample, lifelink. Oh my goodness. Well, we are on a 2-turn clock anyway. I mean, our top deck has to be amazing. Yep. I don't think that's going to do it, actually. Well, it was fun. Yep. You know, I mean, the decks just don't compare, let's be honest. I'm already happy that we got 1 win. I think I got the best out of these cards that is possible. So this might be the last game. I would like 1 more win, but hey, let's see if Pika is up to the task. All the colors, not double black yet though, but it's okay, I think. Sure. Might have to cycle this, Ice Flan. That's a pretty decent top deck. Now, somewhat unfortunate that we don't have a double black yet. But maybe we'll get there. That's the opposite of double black. I'm going to do this simply to thin out our deck. And put something in the graveyard, maybe that helps. Ooh, that is decent. Let's just try it. He will probably tap it anyway, but still. Wow, okay, guess not. Let's try and attack if he wants to kill this. Why didn't you... Okay. We won! Yes! Now, I think he shouldn't have given up. But, maybe he was impressed by our comments. Could be the case. 2 and 2. Okay. Well, I'm keeping this, of course. I don't think we'll get to see this as a 3-0, plus 3-0, but we have acceptable curves. I'm going to assume that we'll play this very late. Town Greeter. Wow, he has good cards. This is... Excuse me. Double Torgal. And he milled them both. Well, hope this stays around for a bit. The trick was very, very impressive, by the way. the put counter is equal to its power. That's just crazy. Okay. So if I ever do get to discard something, it should be a big creature. Let's hope to find our land cyclers. Or if this dies, I think it's also a fine target to reanimate. I mean, 5 mana for a 4/3 flyer and a 1/1. It's decent. And the good thing is it would also have cost the opponent a card. So I think I want to play the turret. So let's just attack first. I don't think he's going to do anything silly. I'm not going to attack... Well, should I attack with hero? Sure, why not? I mean, he probably has something, but if he wants to burn that something on a 1/1 token... Okay. I wonder why he's not playing anything. Okay, what do you do? All creatures gain... Yeah, I don't really care about that, but he can still use it. No, he cannot still use it. So now we'll just play the tap thing. Let's keep the pressure. And anything he kills will just reanimate. Okay. 3/2 knight with ward 1. Okay. Oh, that's a very good draw. I'm not going to keep the cycling land up. I'll just play the island. We might actually see this as a 4/4 soon. And if he does attack, of course I'm not going to block. I don't really care. I think these are enough. Okay, I think he just was kind of flooded. Or maybe he kept a bad hand. Maybe he put all his eggs in the hard to read card basket. But we are 3-2. Oh wait. I want to remove the stupid diamond legendary thing. And we'll play without rares, well, except for the lands then. Let's see, we were in these colors. Esper was pretty decent. Maybe we'll go for Revelation. But we could use a creature. Maybe we'll go for the reinforcements. Simply because they mill and they gain life. And I think we do have some advantage to milling ourselves with the reanimate spell and of course the awaken something, make a lot of zombos. At least I think it's better than the 4/4 shard thing. It's official. The game has turned weeb. I'm going to island cycle anyway, I think. Next turn we'll go... I'm not even sure what will go next turn. Oh yeah, we'll go Sentinel, I think. We'll find the island now. We do need blue. And I don't mind trading this. Because we have the final days. What do? At the beginning of your combat, look at the top. Upkeep, look at the top card. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal and put in your hand. If you do put a card in a creative or entrance form. Okay, that's pretty decent. So we could do that. I think we will. But I want to do that on the turret, so let's just attack first. Okay, fine. More creatures into the graveyard. This is already 2 for the next one. And maybe we'll keep up the wanderings. Yep. That was to be expected. Okay, now that one will be very, very good. We have one ice flan to reanimate anyway, and we have another one to cast. I keep forgetting that it's tapped. But, you know, anyway, if he attacks, we will endure quite a pain. Okay. So we cannot do both things, unfortunately. But we can reanimate the ice flan. Tap his Moogle and keep it tapped. Attack for 7. And we have a pretty decent blocker. Next turn we can keep that tapped again. Well, he's also dealing 7. So we have to find some way to deal with this. This will be gone next turn. So we want to wait with the thingy. I think it's best to just try the most obvious play. If he attacks with the bird token, even if he might have a trick, I am going to block with it. Because then it's dead, and then the Cornered by Black Mage will be a better card. And this will also deal 1, since we have the Wanderings. He might have a bite spell, and then... well, we're not dead yet. He has to keep something behind as well, so it is looking okay. And we can put a counter on something at instant speed, so if we use the Cornered by Black Mages now, he will sacrifice the Moogle, which will not be bad, and then this is also 1 damage. Okay. I assume he has a follow-up play. We might have lethal here, depending on what he has. He has something, otherwise he would just destroy the ice flan, I guess. Okay, so he's going to sacrifice the... that was actually a good play. There's no point in attacking. Wow. That was good. I wonder if we can still win here now. We're on the 2-turn clock. This doesn't really help. It's very slow. Oh, we're just dead here. Well, that was unfortunate. We don't have any reach, so, you know. Yep. That was very sad. Kind of thought that we might have had it there. Anyway, we went 3 and 3. Acceptable, especially for a deck which had pretty much, well, 0 good rares. Now, thank you for joining me. If you like what I did, feel free to click some of those buttons. And I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Grab the card, shuffle dreams in the palms. Dad's drafts roll heavy, we bombing like psalms. Stacks on the table, strategies to flex. Running these lines like counterspell checks. Dad drafts in the zone, pulling rares from the throne. Mana on the stack, magic seeds we've sown. From poppers to planeswalkers, the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's drafts, your new homegrown. Welcome to Dad's drafts, your new homegrown.